Hey everyone, I'd like to welcome you to a special edition of 3 Style Life. I am here in New York City at the Strand Hotel, which is a pretty cool hotel on 37th Street West and 5th Avenue, I think. It's going to be a quick video this week to make up for last week as well, where I was in Durham, North Carolina, watching the Duke Blue Devils destroy the UNC Tar Heels 82-50, and then engaging in a wonderful post-game bonfire. I will post some video of Krzyzewskiville, where I spent many months living there as a Duke undergrad, at the end of this video, to kind of show you where I was and what I was busy doing. But now I'd like to get back on track. What I originally wanted to talk about last week was what to do when you either end up in a cold situation or you know you're going to be in a cold situation. And there's really two different strategies you can take for dressing well in the cold and still maintaining the style that you want to put forth. The first method, I think, works better in situations where you know ahead of time you're going to be in the cold, and you're going to be in the cold for the duration of whatever you're doing. You're not going to be moving from a warm area to a cold area, because that's going to create some problems. And the way to deal with this is simply to layer thin heat-holding garments underneath your clothes. For example, have wool socks instead of your normal athletic socks. Long underwear, thermal t-shirts, anything like that will be an effective way to keep heat in. And these things are usually very thin and can be worn underneath standard clothes, like the clothes I'm wearing right now. I could wear, 1 or 2 thermal shirts underneath this easily without obstructing any of the lines of the look or making me look puffy or anything. Whereas if I wore, if I tried to wear a sweater underneath something like this, obviously it would look very, very unusual and puffy, which is something I don't want. Now, to get the most out of these underlayers, you want to make it as difficult as possible for air to come in contact with your skin. And that means tucking each layer into one another. So your thermal t-shirt should be tucked into any long underwear. It should be tucked into your pants, especially if you're wearing something over it. If you're wearing long underwear, tuck the socks into those and create a layer that covers your entire body and doesn't let air in. This will go a long way to keeping you warm without adding very much actual fabric. It's all about keeping the air away from your skin. And if your hair can handle it, I also recommend a hat. The majority of heat lost from the body comes out of the top of the head, and a hat, is obviously a great way to prevent that from happening. If you can find one that fits your look, great. If not, don't worry about it, and just kind of go with those other ideas. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep you warm. Now, why doesn't this work for the second situation? Well, it's obvious. You're going between hot and cold areas, so once you leave the cold and go into the hot, the extra underlayers that you're wearing that kept all that heat in are going to make you absolutely sweltering, and you're not going to be comfortable at all. So if you're in a situation where you're going from the inside to the outside, or you're at a stupid party where some idiot is opening and closing the window like this, you need to be prepared. What I suggest in that case is effectively creating a second shell of an outfit. And the best way to do this is with a stylish coat or large outer layer that can act as a standalone piece. And doing this almost puts you in a situation with 2 outfits, which is also a really nice benefit because it just kind of gives you a double chance to express your style. But it also allows you to, again, seal off air from getting to your skin by creating a large outer layer that makes it difficult to get through. Works especially well if you can add something like a scarf or mittens. So what will happen is you'll be inside and you'll look like this. You'll be outside and you'll look like this. And you'll look like this. Look like this. And you'll look like this. And you'll look like and you'll look like this. 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 And you'll look like and you'll look like this. And you'll look like and you'll look like this. 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 And you'll look like this.
And you look like this.
And you look like this.
And you look like this.
When I get home, I look like this. Now I want to wrap this up pretty quickly, so I'll start by thanking Lauren, who put some great pictures up of skirts that she made inside out, and I'll put a link in the sidebar for those. If you haven't seen them yet, check them out. Really cool stuff. Maybe it'll inspire you to do something inside out as well. She also made a comment on my post earlier this week about kind of leading up to this cold weather style thing, and pointed out the fact that maybe your personal style benefits from the cold weather. Maybe you like scarves and hats, and maybe you feel comfortable with large coats and kind of bigger pieces like that. Maybe that's your personal style. So I want to hear from you. Does the cold kind of lend itself to your style, or does it make it difficult? Kind of want to hear whether you prefer summer clothing or winter clothing and that kind of thing. So let me know in the comments here or on the blog, and I will see what I find out and tell you all about it later. Until next time, I will see you soon.